Hey y'all, it's Betsy with Happily Ever After, etc. and welcome back to another Cricut project. So next week, Mom and I are leaving on our cruise to Greece. We're going many more places than Greece. Italy, I don't even know. I'm really excited for Greece. And so instead of doing a specific cruise shirt, I decided to do a Greece shirt. I wanted to do something that you could really switch out for any location. So this file is editable. You can switch out the date on the sleeves, and you can also change out the location. If you're going to Italy or London or New York, wherever you're going, you can switch that out. This is not a difficult project. If you are a beginner, you can jump right into this and you can make your very own cute little travel shirt, I guess. If you've been following along here for a minute, you know that Mom and I are always going somewhere, always cruising. I always make us a fun cruise shirt that we can wear on our trip and have as a souvenir when we get home. I wasn't sure, sometimes I'm not sure if Mom likes the shirts or not, and since this one didn't say specifically cruise things on it, I called her and I said, hey, I'm making a shirt that says Greece is calling and I must go. Do you want one, or would you rather skip the matching shirts this time? And she said, no, I want one. I said, okay, well, they don't have to be matchy because they're not exactly cruise shirts, they're travel shirts. So do you want a different color than mine? And she said, no, I like it when they match. So I am officially winning the matching cruise shirt game. I know a lot of people like to match with their whole families. It's a really fun way when you're on a ship with a lot of people of knowing from a glance where everyone in your group is. And like I said, it's a fun souvenir. I'll wear these for gardening and chores and running errands for probably many years to come. So whether you are going to Greece or somewhere else, if this is your first project or your 85th millionth, let's go ahead and get started jumping into Cricut Design Space and editing our file so that we are good to go. Let's do it. So we are in Cricut Design Space and we are ready to get started. As you can see, this is all text-based. I just wanted something really simple for Greece with a fun color. We're going to put it on a bright pink shirt. And I wanted something that you could really edit for any country. So this is Greece, but you know, it could be London, whatever you wanted. You could resize it, rephrase it. I'm so excited for Greece. Greece isn't even the only place we're going on this trip, but it is top of my bucket list. And so I want a shirt for Greece, and I didn't want to do a whole crazy design. I just wanted something simple, and I think this will be perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and weld this just so that it's easier to actually work with once it is cut out. I'll weld this one as well, just so that it's all one piece. Perfect. So after you edit it to whatever country you're going to and whatever date you're going to be there, make sure it's all welded and then select which machine you're using. This is 6.5 inches wide for a women's shirt. So it's a little wide for a joy, but you could have easily cut these out in lines and then splice them together once they were cut if you're using a Cricut Joy. Today I'm going to be using my Maker 3 because I'm using some Smart Iron on. We're going to click Make It without a mat, please. We are going to click 2 because I'm making one for me and one for Mom, and it is going to pop those both on the mat here. Then we will hit Continue. I'm going to go ahead and move these over a little bit so that they're easier to cut out. Well, to weed out. Perfect. All right, I'm using Smart Iron on. I'm so excited for this trip, you guys. You don't even understand. And more. There we go. All right, all set with the Cricut. Let's go over and load our iron-on into the machine so we can start cutting. Whenever I'm working on my cruise t-shirt, that means like it's almost time to go. I'm in packing mode, y'all. This makes it really real, so very excited. All right, so I've got my Smart Iron on loaded in. I'm using my roll holder because it always makes these larger rolls of Smart material easier. See, I've got it loaded in under the clips. I do want to mention before I hit go that I forgot to turn mirror on Cricut Design Space. So I did go ahead and I clicked that button. Don't forget to click mirror when you're working with iron-on. You're cutting into the back of the material. So the shiny clear side is face down, the white dull side is up, and that is literally the back of your iron-on. You need to have mirror turned on or you will waste all of your iron-on and have to cut it again. So got mirror turned on, we are good to go. And if you don't remember, it does tell you that on Cricut Design Space. I was just too excited to pay attention, and luckily I remembered before starting to cut. Would not be the first time I forgot to turn mirror on. All right, it's going to measure out how much material we need, and then we can click go. All right, let's go ahead and slice this. We'll put this aside because we are done with it. And now we can eject our iron-on. Dun, 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 dun. Fancy, fancy, fancy. Look at that. Reese is calling and I must go. This is true. It's 100% true. I'm going to go ahead and slice this apart. And then weed it. So white iron-on, white vinyl, I almost always use either my light box, my light pad, Cricut light pad, or my Cricut 360, my fancy schmancy lamp. Although lately I've been using that for embroidery more than Cricut. All right, so if it's not on a roll, you can see here, that's the shiny side, that's the dull side. So when you're loading iron-on, it is always shiny side down, cutting into the back. But in this case, we remembered we're good to go. So let's bring this in, and we're gonna go ahead and weed one of these little guys. So when you're weeding, you have a weeding tool, and you're simply going to be removing the inside pieces that you don't need, or the outside edges that you don't need. And you should be left with your design exactly as it looks in Cricut Design Space. Let's go ahead. When you're doing this, you do want to make sure you're being careful so you don't accidentally slice, cut, remove part of the letters that you need. But iron-on, I find there's not a lot of trouble with that with iron-on. Vinyl I have more issues with. It could be a personal thing though, I don't know. There we go. So now it's weeded. Go ahead and do the entire design, and then I will be back to show you how to put these on our t-shirts. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so starting, we are going to go ahead and line this baby up on our shirt. I want them to be about 4 fingers down in the middle. Does that look like the middle in between the two E's?
Yeah.
Is like right there. Does that look straight? It's so hard to tell with the curves of the shirt.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so. All right, so we're going to smooth it out. All right. can take pictures as we go. It's only on 11%, so be careful. All right, so we're gonna do 315 for 30 seconds. We're gonna lift this baby straight up, place it over the entire design, and then push straight down. Hold for 30 seconds. Did you get a picture? All right, lift it straight up. Now we are going to let that cool completely before we take the carrier sheet off. But we are going to go ahead and do our sleeve. Do you have a preference on which sleeve says something? Left or right? I usually do left, but I don't know that it matters. I don't know. We're going to go ahead and just set this guy aside to cool. We'll do mom's sleeve. So, no, you know what? We're not going to do anything fancy. We're going to do one, we're going to do the other, and then we'll do the sleeves because we're going to have to kind of mess with the sleeves a little bit. So let's straighten this guy on our mat. These guys have kind of, what would you call this, Mom? There's not like...
It's like a jersey.
I meant it's not darts, but
no, it's just
like... I don't know. It has these two ridges of some kind in the fabric seams that have a little bit of shaping to the front of the shirt. So we want to make sure that everything's straight to those and straight to the top. All right. Does that look straight?
It needs to come up a little bit.
Like that?
No, I meant it wasn't straight. I had to kind of cook it. It was a little crooked.
Okay, you can see that the darts go more to this side than this side. So that doesn't look straight to me.
Okay, then you do it, because I can't tell.
Okay. Like the shirt itself is kind of like this.
Okay. I'm just looking from the top.
I think that's straight.
Okay.
Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Do you want to change it?
No, it's good.
Okay.
You can kind of tell by this part.
Tell what?
And see, it's further over on this side. See? I put my fingers there. It's just not quite straight. I'm sorry.
Even there, like this is, it's straight, but this is further over.
Okay.
Is that better?
I think so.
Is that good? Do you want it over a little?
A little bit more this way. Just a smidge. You can, yeah.
Okay. All right. All right, lift this guy up. Straight down. Betty, are you a queen in your queen bed? Well, my shirt should be plenty cool after this to do the sleeve. As long as the vinyl's on there, we can unpeel it. All right. What we could have done was on the back just have a list of every single port we were going to, but that's a lot more cutting and weeding. Would be kind of cool though.
Yeah, a lot of people do that.
I wanted to make this one more, I don't want to say generic, but more generic. More like you could just wear this anywhere and it doesn't necessarily look like a cruise shirt unless you know it's a cruise shirt, you know? Because it seems like, especially in the Caribbean, there's a lot of cruise shirts. Everybody and their brother goes on whole family trips and every single person wears one, and it's like a really fun thing people do. But the last time we went to Europe, there was a lot less people wearing cruise shirts, and we got a lot of comments on ours. Do you remember that? Almost everywhere we went in those European cruise shirts, people were like, "Where are you cruising?" And we were like, "Here, we're literally on the cruise right now." Dun, 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 dun. This is gonna be so cute. Okay, let's do the sleeve. So
It'd be easy to tell where the middle is on there.
yeah. The only problem is not getting the rest of the vinyl or iron-on in it while we're doing it, so it doesn't reheat it up. There we go. October 2023.
It looks like it needs to go over to the other side a little more.
Yeah, just a little. I think I'm gonna do that too right on the seam.
Okay.
I think that's pretty close to the middle, don't you?
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah.
All right. Did you get a picture?
Okay.
Puppies are having the best time of their lives.
So did you message that girl back and ask her about how many months is she thinking?
Let's talk about it when we're not filming.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know you were
Filming?
sound.
Oh yeah, no, this is a sound project. I'm gonna have to cut all this out.
No.
All right, we'll lift it straight up and move it over. And this one we could probably hot peel because it's so little, but it's not worth the risk. It's just better if you do it right, you know? Of all the cruise shirts I've made for you, Mom, which one's your favorite?
The family one.
The first one we did with Will?
Yeah.
Is it because we did it with Will or because you just liked that design the best?
I like that design.
It was a really cute design.
It was.
It said, "Oh, ship, it's a family trip." I liked that one. The only thing I didn't like about that one was I made them all on 3 different shirts with 3 different iron-ons because I thought Will would like his one way and I knew I didn't want mine to be black and moody. And I don't know. I know it's stupid, especially because once the trip's over, it doesn't matter. But I like it when they match. I think somebody spoiled me with matching pajamas for way too many years. And I also like to put in a formal complaint that I got no matching pajamas last year.
Yeah, that ship has sailed.
No, it has not.
Buy it yourself.
You can get matching dog pajamas. So at the very least, Biddy and I are going to match.
Knock yourself.
How's that?
Perfect.
Good. All right, last project of the day. Unless you want to put all the ports on the back.
No.
You could say 25 ports in 4 days and then list all the ports. I don't even know how many ports we're going to this time, but I know it's not 4 days. The second cruise alone is 10 days and we only have 2 sea days. So that's 8 ports in 10 days.
Yeah, it's 20 days total.
Alrighty. I will link all of the cruise shirts I've ever made down below, including Mom's favorite. And if you are not already subscribed, make sure you subscribe because Mom and I have way too much fun filming these cruises for y'all. I will also link the entire European cruise we went on last year. We filmed every single port we went to. I was telling one of my friends last night, it's very different. I also filmed the Alaskan cruise I went on with Dad, and Dad kind of just looks at me and is like, why are you filming this? What is happening here? What is going on? Why are we filming this trip? And Mom's like, oh, Betsy, film me doing this. YouTube will love it. Very different experiences. So hope you liked this project. If you did, I will see you on the next one. I'm always making some kind of shirts. Bye, all. Say bye, Mom.
Bye, Mom.